Yeah, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. You're welcome. You're welcome to this wonderful edition of the program. I'm Christian Chiku on this wonderful edition of Bystanders at the Newsstands. We are in the city of Lagos. We are in Ogba, to be precise. We can see people are going to their various places of work. Today is in Lagos State an environmental day. Shops are closed and will open by 10 a.m. Okay, I have my wonderful and committed reviewers here this morning. Mr. Chigozie, Mr. Matthew, Mr. Raphael is here, and also Mr. Akunle to justice to the newspaper headlines this morning. I have with me the Daily Independent this morning. I have also the Nigerian Tribune. There have been reports that by a naval officer saying that the federal government and the DSS know the sponsors of Boko Haram, and yet they are not taking any actions. The federal government, they are privy to over 300 sponsors of Boko Haram. Some are ministers, some are in the Senate, some are governors, currently serving, that sponsors the activities of Boko Haram. And it's going to be a shameful thing if that report comes into light as true. Okay, I want to read something from the newspaper reports online. Former Commodore of the Nigerian Navy, Kunle Olawumi, has said that sponsors of terrorist groups are currently holding positions in the cabinet of President Muhammadu Buhari. Olawumi said this on Wednesday when he featured on Channel's television breakfast show Sunrise Daily following the attack on the Nigeria Defense Academy in Afaka, Kaduna State on Tuesday. The former military commodore said terrorists arrested in the past years had mentioned their names as their sponsors. They were arrested and they mentioned the names of people that are in the government. Some of them are governors, some of them are in the Nigerian Senate, and some of them are ministers. The Department of State Services, that is the DSS, knows them. I have interrogated a high-ranking member of this government on the issue of Boko Haram in 2007/2008, and he was found culpable, he said. The Nigerian government has also said that it has a list of over 400 persons sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria but had failed to prosecute them. He said the suspects were arrested in Kano, Borno, Lagos, Sokoto, Adamawa, Kaduna, Zamfara states, and Abuja. However, there has not been any information on their trial and the names have not been made public. The ICIR contacted spokesperson of the DSS, Peter Afunaya, over names of governors and ministers who were sponsors of terrorism, but he did not respond to calls and a text message sent to him. He neither responded to calls and the text message sent to him. Olawumi, who is also the head of the Department of Criminology and Security Studies at Christian University, said it was beyond the powers of the military to tackle the center of gravity of terrorism in Nigeria because it had to do with the sponsor of terror groups. The government did not try any of them, and the defense did not try that because it was beyond them. It was a policy problem. They cannot go beyond their masters. The DHQ cannot conduct any operation that is not sanctioned by the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, that is the President. They cannot do it. Olawumi is saying that the prosecution of these alleged and reported Boko Haram sponsors cannot be carried out except the President orders their prosecution. But what is the President doing? What is the federal government doing on this issue? Look at what Boko Haram has done to the country. I have with me the Nigerian Tribune. I also have the Daily Independent this morning. On the Daily Independent, residents flee Jos. Main headline on the Daily Independent: residents flee Jos. Residents flee Jos City after gunmen killed more than 63 people, burnt houses. Mourners take victims' bodies to Assembly Security Council. Mourners take victims' bodies to Assembly Security Council. Plateau government reimposes 24-hour curfew on Jos North. Insecurity Cut short your vacation. Summon Buhari. PDP charges National Assembly. Cut short your vacation and summon Buhari. PDP charges National Assembly. Calls on Nigerian Governors Forum. Others to rescue Nigeria. Calls on Nigeria Governors Forum. Others to rescue Nigeria. Attack on NDA will boost the morale of our military. Buhari is saying that's our main headline for today. Buhari is saying that the recent attack on the Nigerian Defense Academy in Kaduna State will boost morale of the military in fighting against insurgency. Let me just read this little part. The attack launched on the facility of the Nigerian Defense Academy, Kaduna, on Tuesday, rather than throw a dampener into the morale of our armed forces, as it is intended to, will buoy their determination to make a decisive end to criminality in the country. President Buhari has said that is to say that the attack on NDA will boost the morale of the military to fight against insecurity. Gunmen kill 8 persons in Benue community. Gunmen kill 8 persons in Benue community. PDP governors summon emergency meeting over party crisis. PDP governors summon emergency meeting over party crisis. MultiChoice explains TAT directive on disputed tax assessment. Presidency carpets autumn over comment on grazing routes. Family petitions, AGF, DSS, police, others over attackers' murder. Let's look at the Nigerian Tribune. PDP governors hold emergency meeting over leadership crisis today, Thursday. PDP governors hold emergency meeting over leadership crisis today. Presidency says autumn driven by ethnic hatred using Rwanda Hutu language. Presidency says autumn driven by ethnic hatred using Rwanda Hutu language. Attack on NDA wounds dampen military's morale to fight insecurity. Buhari is saying that attack on NDA won't dampen military's morale to fight insecurity. Buhari is saying DHQ sets up panel to probe incident. 36 killed in Jos. 36 killed in Jos. Angry youths dump cops at government house. 36 killed in Jos. Angry youth dump corpses at government house. Government reimposes 24-hour curfew on Jos North local government. IPOB has no power over Imo people. Uzodima is saying IPOB has no power over Imo people. Matawale calls for state of emergency in the north over insecurity. Governor Matawale calls for state of emergency in the north over insecurity. Government's call for self-defense, a sad admission of failure to secure lives and properties. Afe Babalola, a sad admission of failure to secure lives and properties. Again, gunmen attack bullion van in Ondo, kill 3. Motorists express worry over state of Asejire Bridge. NIMET warns of flash floods in 34 states. Cautions on use of roads, bridges. Okowa at Dimbajo, others call for new constitution. Restructuring impossible if citizens vote a willing leader in 2023. That is from the Northern Elders Forum. Let's move over to our review this morning. Mr. Matthew, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Chris.
Every day we hear of killings and killings and killings. What happened the first day? The NDA. Is it yesterday?
Yes.
The NDA. Buhari has come out to say that attack would not dampen the morale. Instead, it would boost the morale of the military to end insurgency. What is your take on it?
It's not about what he's saying. It's about the lives that have been lost. And this is not the first time we are seeing Nigerian army losing lives in monumental dimension.
Monumental dimension?
Yes, in large numbers. The only Maiduguri cemetery is having 800 and something Nigerian military personnel buried there. And this is a statement that came from somebody who should know better. I'm talking about Ndume, the Senate Committee Chairman on Army, on the military, who incidentally is from Borno State anyway. So it's not about saying that it will not demoralize the military. It's about life is sacrosanct. It's about you need to be proactive. This reactionary approach is wrong. How can you tell me that a supposed edifice facility that is the pride of Nigerian military, the bandits that the federal government will normally call rat tax, not state at all, will compromise the security of that facility get some top military personnel killed, and you are saying it will not demoralize the military. It is not whether it will demoralize the military. It's about the shame, the embarrassment these have brought to Nigerian states, and it's about the life that have been lost, that cannot be replaced. Whether you like it or not, a human who do not have what it takes to create life, to bring back human being to life, except when the mercy of God speaks. If God decides to do it, and God does it by His wisdom. It's not at the whims or caprices of men that God do it. So having said that, I think what the president needed to do is to start addressing the root cause of all these irregularities to forestall future occurrence. We are tired of all these statements of we are on top of the situation, the military or the police or whatever is in pursuit of the bandits. They are not pursuing anybody.
They are not pursuing anybody.
They are not pursuing anybody.
Are you saying that the presidency, they are not saying
all their statement is gimmick, is ruse? They are just being diplomatic. How can you tell me you are pursuing? The other time, Kaduna State Governor made us to understand that they were at the verge of bombing the bandits. Even if it means killing and sacrificing some of the students who were in captivity, it was an option they considered better than paying ransom. At a point, we have a situation where most of the students were negotiated out of captivity before the bandits started adopting more. Okay, why did the federal government and state government not synergize and use that window of opportunity to bomb and decimate the bandits so that they will degrade them to the point that they will not have the capacity to come and adopt students and attack military facilities? So the government, for me, there is no excuse for failure. And as a Nigerian, we are not ready to accept any excuse for failure, because you are elected to protect life and property. And the constitution of the ground, the constitution is very clear on this, that the security and welfare of the people shall be the primary purpose of governance.
Someone is saying that the presidency, Mega TV is saying the presidency knows the inside that they are just playing games with the lives of innocent Nigerians.
Why I do not have the facts anyway, but why I do not believe that the president is sincere is this: we are talking about everybody all stakeholders in Nigeria have agreed that ranching is the way to go to mitigate the attack and conflict between herders and host communities. We have a situation where Benue State happens to be the epicenter of the crisis, and Benue State government have outlawed open grazing and embraced ranching. And federal government want to kickstart the pilot program of ranching. They didn't capture Benue State, and they are telling Benue State and every other state that they should go ahead with open grazing. And the same government of Muhammadu Buhari is approving 6.25 billion naira to build ranches in Katsina State, his own state. As we speak, as of 16th of July this year, 5 billion have been released to Katsina State government for the purpose of those ranches.
6.5 billion.
6.25 billion naira.
6.5 billion.
6.25 billion.
Okay.
I see repeating 6.25 billion. Go and check Vanguard of 16th of July this year. Is 6.25 billion. And as at that day, 5 billion have been released. So to that extent, it does not show you a government that is operating on a double standard. You are telling everybody in the country that you want to review grazing routes, grazing reserve,
Okay.
and that the people should brace up to start to give room for open grazing.
Somebody is saying that that is Taufik Kehinde. So maybe PNB has a reason for saying the attack will boost the morale of the military. Let's shed light on that. Maybe he has a reason for saying that the attack will boost the morale of.
He is only trying to encourage them, but the encouragement do not come from fiat statement, from government order. Encouragement comes from one, their welfare, two, their fighting power. And unfortunately, I don't know what is the impediment of this government, because the National Assembly have always given them leverage to have fund anytime they approach National Assembly for fund. It is no longer a secret that Nigerian government withdrew $1 billion from SS crude account to buy arms and ammunition for the purpose of prosecuting war against insurgency, banditry, kidnapping, name it. Out of which about 549 or 559 million was used to procure those 12 Tucano jets. As we speak, 6 of that number, Nigerian government are taking delivery of it. So the morale comes from what we are doing going forward, come from what is on ground to combat this insecurity, come from the kits, the new kits you are getting for the soldiers in the field, come from the strategy you are using, come from you leading from the front, come from their welfare, not fiat, not government pronouncement.
Not just giving gibberish statements.
That does not give boost morale. What boost morale is all the things I'm itemizing. Now we have gotten 12 Tucano jets, commission it, deploy it to all the theaters of war. The troops on ground will rekindle, their confidence will be rekindled. Increase their welfare package, get them more equipment that is driving the process of the fight through technology, so that the military personnel can be here from a distance of the soldiers or the bandits that are already seen their location, so that they will be at advantage over the bandits, over the insurgents. Those are things that boost morale, not just saying it with mouth. We have heard things like that in the past, even more than this. It didn't boost their morale. We have had a situation where even Nigerian soldiers were abandoning the fight and fleeing into neighboring countries because the heat coming from Boko Haram was more than what they could stand. But if you give them equipment, you give them war armament that is more superior to that of Boko Haram, to that of insurgents, then they will be at advantage over them. But again, some people argue that Mr. President is a Fulani man, and most of the crisis we are seeing is Fulani induced. That perhaps explains the reason Mr. President is handicapped. And personally, I begin to think in that direction, because ordinarily, how can Fulani herdsmen, though the federal government is trying to change the narrative by calling them bandits, but Sheikh Gumi have told us that these are Fulani herdsmen, how could they defy the sovereignty of Nigeria to the point that they will go and attack and compromise and attack NDA, and they will be adopting at will? The army, the air force, the DSS are becoming vulnerable to bandits. Where lie the hope of the common man? The other time they assassinated a general in Abuja. So where is the hope of the common man of being protected? What makes the government legitimate? If the government cannot protect life and property, see what happened in Plateau State now. No wonder the citizens, the residents have dumped the corpses at the doorstep of the government, so that whatever they want to do with the corpse, let them do with it. We have a situation where people will be operating with impunity. The higher the governor in Plateau State could do is to impose coffee.
Is that the solution?
That is not the solution. Get to wherever the criminals, the bandits, the killers, whatever they go by, are not interested.
Will the coffee not
get to where they are.
To get to where they are.
If he would have aided them, there was coffee in place. They only relaxed it about 2-3 days ago. So that would have given them the ample opportunity to apprehend and arraign them in court. What we're interested in is get them, arrest them, and bring them to justice. If something happened in America, the kind of statement we hear from American government is that the perpetrators will spoke out of their holes, set them running, and bring them to justice. If truly Nigeria is a sovereign state, like the government wants us to believe.
Are you doubting?
I'm doubting it. If Nigeria is a sovereign state, that the government want us to believe, like they want us to believe, then exert that sovereignty on every inch of Nigerian soil, so that there will not be hiding place for killer herdsmen, bandits, like government want to make us to believe, insurgents. You cannot tell me that Nigeria is a sovereign state and you have Sambisa forest that is a subset of Nigeria entity. You have Boko Haram holding sway in Sambisa forest. Then Nigeria is not a sovereign state. It's not a sovereign entity. Because your sovereignty has been compromised and part of it is being controlled by Boko Haram, by ISWAP. And we have a situation where year in, year out, they have been holding sway in that environment, unchallenged. And you are telling me that Nigeria is a sovereign state. That sovereignty is in doubt.
Okay, let's move over. A naval officer revealed that the DSS and the presidency have information on over 400 sponsors of Boko Haram, yet they have not taken any steps to prosecute them.
The issue is why one would doubt the sincerity of people in government is you have a situation where there was an issue in Imo State. Before the next day, we saw Alpha jets bombing the whole of Olo. We have a situation where government has spent their resources to illegally went to Kenya or whatever, I don't know, to bring back Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria. We have a situation where federal government spent all resources to invade the home of Sunday Igboho at the dead of the night. And DSS claimed to have killed 2 of his aides. They went further to even Benin Republic, trying to even bring him back to Nigeria unconstitutionally. And we have a situation where Fulani herdsmen have been moving freely with arms and ammunition from local government to local government, from state to state. Particular incident is Iganga and the Barapano local government area of Oyo State, where Wakili has sway for years. And the residents have been shouting and talking about it. The government seems to be unwilling to address it. Now, a Sunday Igboho rose to defend the people. Look at his fate in the hands of Nigerian government. So why would somebody not believe that federal government is culpable in all this? What explanation will federal government give somebody like me to believe that they are sincere? I don't know. I've not seen that explanation that will assuage my feeling to believe that federal government is sincere on this.
So if the federal government is culpable, how do we come out of this? If the person that is supposed to, the people, the
only way we can come out of it is for the state governments, because they are the only constituted authority that can challenge federal government and make federal government to change whatever position they have. Because I've seen an instance where the president signed an order 10, that sought to compel state governments to receive them from dipping hand into fund that is meant for judiciary and legislature at the state level. When that policy or that order did not go down with state governors, they came in unison, challenged federal government, and federal government was forced to rescind that order. In the same vein, we are seeing a situation where even the current PIA, the governors are saying since NNPC is the one that controls the money that comes from oil sector, and there's the conscience says that every revenue that comes through NNPC should be channeled to federation account that belongs to the trade chairs of government. That if you look at the current law, this act of PIA, that it gives federal government the sole right over NNPC. Now that you are making NNPC a public limited liability company, that for that reason that law must be reviewed before the actual implementation starts. And federal government is likely going to listen to them because they have that potency to compel them to do their will.
Okay.
In the same vein, the state governors who have vehemently opposed federal government on the issue of open grazing should unanimously help in this regard to compel the federal government to unbundle the issue of security, so that the issue of security will be removed from exclusive legislative list and placed on concurrent list, so that both the National Assembly and state houses of assembly could have concurrent jurisdiction over issue of security. So that Amateku, for instance, can be empowered, can be armed by all the southwestern states to go into the forest and flush out all these killer herdsmen.
Somebody is asking whether Tucano jets were not used in Afghanistan. He said this war is a war of ideology.
The person that is asking, let me answer it directly. I respect him for his opinion. But the issue is this. The issue of Afghanistan, do not expose America as a weak state. Let that person get it right. America is a country that respects human rights. If America were to exterminate all Afghans, all Taliban, it does not take them anything, they will kill all of them. But what America merely did was to push them out of Kabul and the major areas. And according to the current statistics, America have trained the Afghan soldiers very well. Afghan soldiers before America pulled out was about 300,000, and they were trained. The Taliban were about 75,000, and they were not as equipped as Afghan soldiers. So that is why Joe Biden is saying that the reason the Taliban overran the government is because the Afghans themselves refused to fight. That is the true position of things. Now, if you are saying that you are comparing the situation of Afghanistan with Nigeria, the truth is, if America were to fight, they would have killed. If Nigeria were to kill all Afghan soldiers, all Taliban, they would have killed them. Let me remind you something. Sometime last year, there was an incident where Syrian government used chemical weapons to kill rebels. I think it was 2 years ago. Trump was in office. Trump, American government, British government, French government came together to bomb and destroy all chemical facility, all missile facility of Syrian government, to decimate them, so that they don't have capacity to use chemical weapons on rebels any longer. What am I trying to prove here? I'm trying to prove that America, Britain, they have respect for human life, and there's always rule of engagement. Now let me remind you another thing. See, when Israel was having issue with Gaza, recently, even when they needed to bomb that building, Hazin Al Jazeera, the owner of the building, Israeli security experts called them an hour before the bombing to evacuate from the building, that they want to destroy that building, because those militants were hiding behind the building to shoot missiles into Israel. To tell you that their interest is not to kill human beings recklessly, just like in Nigeria, unlike Nigeria, that they kill recklessly. So I want the person that asked that question to situate it and the way it is. What happened in Afghanistan does not expose America as a weak state. If America wanted to kill all the Taliban, exterminated them, it doesn't take them anything. But they have respect for human life and rule of engagement.
Okay, lastly, IPOB has no power over Imo people. Let's look at it from a various perspectives. Is it at home, the government says one thing, the people refuse to obey? How does this statement hold water? IPOB has no power over Imo people.
I think Hope Uzodinma is not telling us the truth. Because each time IPOB issues sit-at-home order, we all see the effect.
Even when they cancel it.
We all see the level of compliance. Thank you very much. Even when they cancel it, most people who do not get to know quickly that it's cancelled still comply with it. So it doesn't matter his opinion. The world is aware of the status quo of the situation. If today IPOB say sit at home in the southeast, it will record up to 90% compliance. I think he's trying to placate Mr. President. You know, each time what you see them do is they run to Asurok. They say they want to brief Mr. President. I don't know whether that is you have a governor who is supposed to be a leader of the people. There is a disconnect between you and the people. You are not thinking of how to reconnect yourself back to them. What you are interested in is how to connect yourself to Abuja. That's why I tell you that our political class, they are only there just because of their pecuniary interests. Pecuniary interests, I mean to say. Not because of the interest of the common man. Because if the interest of governance, if your interest as a governor is for the welfare of the people, you should try and see how you live a harmonious relationship with your people. You synergize with them. There could be an issue, but it can be resolved. All the wars you have had in this world always end on a round table. Who says that if you want to resolve the issue of Biafra as a governor, as Uzodinma is, that he cannot start a process that will gender a good resolution that people will applaud. Rather than rushing to Asu Rock and making yourself opposition to your own people you are supposed to govern. I don't see any of those governors as being what a governor.
Final thought, Mr. Nelson.
My final thought is simple: that the government should be sincere in the fight against this insecurity, so that all the killer herdsmen should be arrested and brought to justice. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Akule. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. How you doing, man?
It's unfortunate yesterday what happened in Jos. Did you see what happened in Jos yesterday?
Yeah, I see.
People.
I see. It's a reprisal attack on
Reprisal.
Yeah, reprisal attack, right?
On Christians.
On Christians. You know, if you know Jos very well, Jos is a terrain I've been to. Jos is a terrain I've been to, and I witnessed a lot when I was there, especially between Jos North and the Jos South. Jos South is being populated by Christians, while the Jos North is where you see the Fulani, empire, right? And it's always been one issues after the other between two of them. And I'm not so surprised that there will be a reprisal attack on the Jos North because of the what's it called, the Islamic Fulani they killed when they were coming from Bauchi. So it's all been one problem too many, one confrontation too many between the two of them.
What's our DSS doing? What is our intelligence?
I made mention yesterday that the secret police, they need to up the game. They need to up their game, but they need directions from the government. And the government in charge is as if they don't want to unleash the secret police. The secret police are ready to do the job. At least when they give them order against Nnamdi Kanu and Igbo, they swing into the action. They swing into action. But this time around, I'm seeing a double face, double game, or double law for the two sides. The bandits we are looking at is the work of the the DSS to infiltrate their, camp and get them out and flush them out. But where is the order? The order has to come from the top. And once the power at the top is not ready, once the government, the president...
Lives are at stake. How would they not be ready? Lives are at stake. People are dying. This died yesterday.
36 died in Jos, actually.
So this was 63 people.
63 people.
These are human beings.
These are human beings.
Mosquitoes.
But don't let us exaggerate. The people that counted the body, when it happened, the Jos North indigene, who are the Christians, they went there, they pick up all the dead bodies in the morgue, in the mortuary. They pick it up. They first of all took it to the House of Assembly, Plateau State House of Assembly. From there, they went down to the governor and dropped all the dead body there. Deposited all the dead body there. In order to see, this is the glaring pictures of what the insecurity that is happening and the molestation that is happening among our people in the Jos North. And the governor did not deny that 36 bodies were brought to his office, the government house. So you see, I think it still boils down to nepotism. And I've been saying this.
Nepotism with the lives of people.
Nepotism with the life of people, right? Because this thing has been going on for over. Mind you, it's not this current administration that it started. I was in Jos 10 or 8 years ago, and this thing has been happening since that time. I went in the extent that when I got to Jos, there was a Southern man, an Igbo man actually, that picked us up from the park and he drove us around. He was the one narrating the stories. That anytime the crisis is seasonal, and they always capitalize on any loophole. And what I'm just saying is, the Mr. Lalong, that's the governor, has to buckle his belt and sit tight. You know, it's not in action. The what's it called? The crisis there have overwhelmed the governor. The way I'm saying things, and he has to take charge. He's not in charge. The way I'm saying things now.
24-hour curfew, is that the solution? Is that
There was 24-hour curfew before all these things happened. What the just not are saying now is, you relaxed the curfew for the people that are coming to kill us. You impose the curfew on all the states. All the states. You impose the curfew on the whole states. But some people still have opportunity to come out during the curfew to attack their people. Who are the north? I mean, not just the Southern still have that privilege of coming out during the curfew to attack their people, and it's a double justice or double, double, what's it called? Double law for them. I think the power that be are protecting those people, and they should fish out the people behind all this incessant killings in that place, because
where is this taking us to now?
it takes
Where
us.
is Nigeria heading?
It might take us to the situation in Taliban. Yeah, in Afghanistan, if we don't take care. It might take us there. The truth has to be told. Because the way Nigerian is now, the bandits, they are known. The bandits, they are known, but the government is pretending as if they are unknown. Who are the unknown gunmen? Are they spirits? Tell me, are they spirits? I think for Nigeria now, if our president, I will just come up and say, I don't want to hear anything unknown gunmen. Because unknown gunmen is not spirits. They are human beings, and they have places they all come out to attack people. They have places they all come out from to attack people. So why are the government just pampering or just giving them a soft landing name like unknown government? We know a spirit cannot just a spirit cannot just carry gun and be operating anywhere. Unknown government.
It seems Mr. Sonny want to speak. I don't know. He's calling me. Just continue.
Okay. So what I just say is, the way things are now, there shouldn't be double standard. There shouldn't be double standard in the governance of Nigeria.
The presidency, through Buhari, saying that attack on the NDA will boost the morale of the military.
See, if he's saying that,
It will make them take more.
if he's saying that, I will have said without Mr. President's speech, because his speech as it is now is not really tenable as it is now. But to NDA themselves, especially Chief of Defense Staff, who is the overall, coordinator of the security of Nigeria, I think it should boost his morale to do the needful now and to go all the way to get all these people flushed out, because they've been pampering them for a while. How can a bandit be terrorizing and be threatening the most powerful security apparatus in Nigeria, which has the army, the Nigerian army? And for me to enter your territory, to even oppress you, to kill in your territory, and to even abduct a senior serving military officer, you know what it takes to abduct a major? Do you know what it takes? If you abduct a major in a war zone, that means you're on top of the game. You're on top of the war, man. So the way I see things now, the bandits, the Boko Haram are on top of the game, and our military.
On top of the game.
Against Nigeria. The way I'm saying things now, also I can enter the highest security, institution, in your domain, in which you call yourself a government. They overrun the NDA, and you are telling me they are not on top. They are on top of the game. They are on top of the game. It's just like you're saying the Taliban overran the Pentagon, or you're saying the Taliban overran. It's just like what happened in Afghanistan now. The Afghanistan people, they went ahead to capture the government, the seat of government, in which the president has to even flee. He fled away. And what are we now saying? Once that is happening already, who are the protectors of the president himself? They are the military, they are the DSS, they are the National Guards. and they get all these guys from the pots of the military circles in Nigeria. And us bandits can be bold enough to look at military face to face. I mean, there's a serious problem.
Okay, over 400 people have been indicted as sponsors of Boko Haram, but the DSS have not done anything. The presidency, headed by Buhari, has not done anything. How do you look at that?
You know, what I'm saying...
7 ministers, senators, governors were indicted, though their names were not mentioned in the report.
Did they say the current serving governors or the past governors?
7 governors.
And they should, you see,
7 ministers.
That is why the system we are operating here, as it relates it back to the Taliban government, the former Taliban government that was chased out from the governance, that was chased out of Kabul, that was chased out from Afghanistan. Guyani, or what's his name? That's the president that fled.
Yeah.
That fled. So what am I saying now is you said the president pretending as if they don't know, or what? The last question you asked me now.
They know. Over 400 sponsors have been confirmed.
Yeah.
A terrorist was interrogated and he mentioned names.
Mention him. We've been saying this. We've been saying this. We've been saying this.
The DSS is keeping silent.
Even all these people you are mentioning, by the time they profile them, they will know that there are some imposters among those people, the security the people we have, and they should profile even among themselves. All these governors are coming out and say they want to give bandits amnesty. There are a lot of them that they have to pick up and profile them. How it comes, how do they arrive at amnesty for the bandits that have killed a lot of souls, that have shared the blood, that have, that turned Nigeria to a blood-sucking country, blood-sucking country. I mean, so what are they waiting for? And I've been saying this. The Attorney General came out the other time that they've arrested some financiers of the Boko Haram. They tracked them in Dubai. Some of them are the Buhari the change operators. So we never heard anything since then. So what the country are we in? What the country that you say one thing with one mouth and you say another thing, you say one thing, positive things with one mouth, and you say another thing negatively with another mouth. So it's like a double justice, double standard for the leaders we have here. And I want to say it, either they like it or not, the truth will prevail. We are ready to liberate ourselves, and what I see,
who is ready?
We, I, myself, and some other like-minded people like me, because what we're going to use to settle this thing is we cannot afford another maladministration, another misrule, another tyranny in this Nigeria we have. So if we cannot have election, I don't think we should even be preparing for election. We have to restructure. We have to sit down together and see how we can part our way, or how we can live together. It's not by force. We bond ourselves together. Once we can't live, or we can't, coordinate, and we coexist together. Let everybody go on a separate way. Then the security headache we are having in this country will be a bit, solvable as we are. Because the way things now, the government in charge cannot take care of the security of this country, because they cannot handle the security as it is.
But who can take care of the security?
Who can take? That's why I just told you now that if it is the population that is the issue, right? The northern areas especially will concentrate on the problem they have. Then the southern will know the remnants of insecurity we have. We can tackle it. We know it's all about, it happened during the regional system we operated. Everybody, the governor, we have a police, there will be a state police, and the baales, the harbors, the emirs, the OBs, they will know every terrorist, every bandit in their territory. They will be able to fish them out. It's operation know your next neighbor, know your community, and if that one could happen, the insecurity will reduce drastically. But the power at the top don't want to embark on that, because they believe that they are going to lose out in the economic progress of this country. Because once the South, they get their appearance right, the Southern governor, and I thank God that all of them came together that they won't allow any grazing in the country, in their domain. And Wike has started it. He has passed anti-grazing law. I think I still heard Governor Akeredolu the other time saying the South will not tolerate any grazing, any grazing law in their own domain. They've banned the grazing, and they are signing anti-grazing law. No, they started. Someone has to start. The Wike has started it, and the Wike message is like a signal that the South don't want grazing. And I'll be surprised. And where I will be surprised is the chairman. They know what they are doing. They have to put a Southern governor as the chairman of anti-grazing. The grazing policy. And who is the chairman? Umahi. So it's a bit dicey as it is now. Except Mr. Umahi will have to sign that anti-grazing. That put him in the affairs as a chairman of grazing law policy. I want to defer, and my land in Ebonyi will not be able to accommodate X-Men. Because once you accommodate local herdsmen, there's no how the foreign ones, they said it's the killers, the foreign killers that are perpetrating the crimes. Now there's no how, anywhere there's Fulani, once a Fulani, always a Fulani. And a Fulani, local Fulani, we always have sympathy for the foreign one. Because they are their brothers, and they are nomadic. It's just a Yoruba man coming into a Benin man coming to Yoruba land. And he can speak fluently Yoruba, and you believe he's part of your family, you will easily accommodate him. It's just like a Cameroonian, Eastern Cameroonian, coming to East. You adapt them easily. So we are in a fix as it is now. That is why all these leaders that have ruled Nigeria before, that have embezzled Nigeria before, that have, this is the time they have to come out with their hand clean and talk and provide solution, because they all enjoy Nigeria when everything was rosy. I'm talking of right from the Mr. Babangida, right from Mr. President Olusegun, ex-President Olusegun Obasanjo, right from President Jonathan, and all of them should come out. The Abdul Salam, Mr. Peace, General Abdul Salam, because he's fond of prayer. He has an organization called Peace Nigerian or Nigerian. The organization he headed, Abdul Bakar Salam. He was preaching peace all around them. Where are their voices now? They should come out. Because the government has been overwhelmed, the way I see it is. The government has been overwhelmed. So we have to pressurize our leader to stand up and do the needful in order for our life to be protected in this country. If they can't do that, let everybody sit down for constitutional review and restructuring. Then we'll be able to have a new set of Nigeria, which everybody will operate on a regional system. You handle your security, and we'll be safe. We'll all be safe, and we'll all be better for it.
Thank you very much. Is it still live? It's live.
Matthew, where is Matthew? I don't know where Matthew.
Okay.
Good morning. My brother, good morning.
Is it? I'm not seeing it live here.
Are you sure it's live? Are you sure it's live?
Let's continue.
Okay.
Let's look at the double standard of DSS and perhaps the federal government after naming of 400 sponsors
Yes.
of Boko Haram. I'm not taking any decisive step.
See, you will know one thing I like, the way you ask Kule question, I like that. You were telling him that over 400 people were indicted sponsoring as sponsors of Boko Haram insurgency in the northeast. In fact, both bandits, all of them, even herdsmen. And you made mention of ministers, governors. I was laughing. Do you know the reason I was laughing?
Why?
The overall sponsor.
If you have your facts,
I have my facts.
please, we need.
FACT. I don't come here to make noise.
Okay.
I'm a man that is always come here with facts. Oh, out of the 400 people indicted, the head of them all is Muhammad Buhari. Let me tell you, listen, let me tell you.
Reportedly.
Listen. In 2011, Buhari was defeated by Jonathan. In 2007. Buhari was defeated by Yaradua. All of us were aware of the fact that Buhari cried out and said he would make Jonathan's regime ungovernable. That was 2011. He was weeping outside the court premises when it was obvious to him that Nigerians did not vote for him. He started weeping and threatening. Oga, the result of that threat is what is playing out on the north now. See, we should hasten up, with southern Nigeria to block our border with northern states. So,
are you not calling for
I
war?
always prophesy and it always comes to pass.
Are you not calling
I
for
said
war?
that Nnamdi Kanu should not be brought to court. That day, they did not bring him to court. Listen, we should go and block our border with these people. See, the era of Talibanism is here. The Taliban in Afghanistan has infiltrated this government in disguise. I'm telling you, Boko Haram, bandits, herdsmen, they are Talibans. Can I explain? Do you know the reason why herdsmen are bent on killing innocent southerners, innocent farmers in the mid belts, in Anambra, anywhere, even in Yoruba? Do you know why? The main point, the major reason is this. It is quite obvious that these people are fighting for in the cause of religion. The same Islam. Fulani herdsmen, their forefather is who? Their forefather was late Ottoman Danfodio. Ottoman Danfodio was killed. Someone slaughtered him. He didn't die a natural death. Ottoman Danfodio was killed by Atta of Egala. The same cause of jihadism, the same cause Boko Haram is fighting is jihadism. The same cause herdsmen are fighting is jihadism. They believe in jihadism. Jihadism is that all the principles and ideology behind Islam and killing somebody in the name of giving that person to believe Allah, succumbing that person to Allah, compelling people to worship Allah. They believe that the land in the southern Nigeria belongs to them, belongs to Fulani, belongs to Osman Danfodio, belongs to them and their religion. What is the name of that religion? Is Islam. Are they practicing Islam the way it's being practiced in Saudi Arabia? Listen and watch what is going on in Afghanistan now. It is all about religion. They enter house to house, room to room. Do you believe America? Why do you answer such name? We learned that you work with America. We learned that you are a Christian. We learned that you are for Western civilization. They will kill you. Are you listening? I'm not just talking in the name of talking. See, 400 people were indicted that they are the sponsor of Boko Haram insurgency in Nigeria, herdsmen, attack across Nigeria, and banditry. Oga, 400 men. Let me trace my point because he said, do you have your facts? Can you tell us reportedly? Listen.
No, you
report. Oh, no, listen.
Mention names.
Thank you. I will be proudly mentioning names. Listen. In 2017, clergies, men of God, reverend fathers, were killed in Benue State, with many others that were keeping night vigil in Benue State, numbering 70-something people. It took Mr. President how many days to go to pay condolence visits to Autumn? Okay? We follow diary, events of things, happenings, exactly in a chronological order. I do. How many days did it take Buhari to go and say, how far my brother, Samuel Autumn? How far my son, Samuel Autumn? I'm the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. What is going on here? 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. This is 2021. They are still killing. How many days did it take this man to go there? ordinary accidents and natural mishaps. You see how Mr. President or some state governor will hasten up and go to that point, where the scene has happened, where the incident has happened. They will hasten up and go there to indicate their patriotism, to indicate their love, their resilience for the governed, for the domain where such incidents had happened in the past. Obasanjo would be there. Jonathan would go there. Jonathan will hasten up. He will go there. It took him time to go to Benue State and say, sorry, Otton, what is going on here? We don't like it. Okay? When herdsmen attacked Otton last year, they nearly killed him. When herdsmen attacked Boko Haram, they nearly killed him. How many times did Buhari visit them? How many times did Buhari? Okay, sorry. Maybe you need another fact. Okay, you need another fact. 24 hours, barely 24 hours, Governor Lalong met with Buhari at Aso Rock to discuss issue or proper solution over the incessant killings going on in his state, in Plateau State. Within 24 hours, 33 people were killed. It did not last up to 24 hours of that meeting. 33 people were killed, if not more than that. In fact, that number was official. It was more than 33. Are you listening to me? Is he there? Did he go there? Plateau State. From Plateau State to Abuja, how many hours? Don't you know that Abuja is in the mid-belt? Plateau State is in the mid-belt? It's not far. Oga, we are still on the arguments on the indicted people, 400 indicted people, over the sponsor of insurgency in the north. Buhari is the grand patron of Mighty Allah, the platform, single platform that is uniting the whole cattle rustlers across West Africa. He is the grand patron. That's why when Fulani were killed, I think they were 29 in number. In Jos, Buhari went mad. Malami went mad. Lai Mohammed went mad. Mighty Allah chairman went mad. Federal government as an institution went mad because their own were killed. What are you saying, man?
But many people make up the federal government. We have the Easterners there.
Wait, I know.
So,
the head, the person that is at the helm of affair of running federal government of Nigeria is the number one citizen that has been rubbishing court order, rules and regulation of this country. His name is Buhari. I know what I'm saying. I know. Federal government, Lagos is among. The whole south is southwest. Why is he not responding to the governors? The governors are passing anti-grazing into law. Why is he not responsive to that order? Are we not all federal government? Bros, it is all interwoven. Oga, out of those 400, he is number one. I'm saying that with many instances.
He's the number one sponsor.
So bam, bam, bam. He was the first person that sponsored them with what? Verbally. Eventually something played out at the back of the scene. When you come out and say, Raphael, Mr. Raphael, if you do me this, I will tell you that you can never go to Ogba again. I will make sure that someone ambush you, and track you down. If something like that happens, and eventually it comes to play out, what happened? I will say, Chuku, you are the one who started it. Everybody say you were the one. Are you listening to me? His body languages, the way he behaves, him and his office of executive, the office of executive at Aso Rock, they are the brain behind insurgency in the north. Fulani people will kill people, kill farmers, kill Benue people, kill Igbo, kill Yoruba. Your reaction will be so naive, laxity. He reacts to Fulani's herdsmen, tortures, killing and maiming with clemency and leniency. It's not supposed to be so. If his hand is not there, why should he be this kind of man? What are you saying, Christian? Why should he be this kind of soft mindedness on tackling herdsmen, menace, encroachment across Nigeria. You are telling me that his hand is not there. If his hand is not there, Christian, let me hit you with another point. Why shouldn't Buhari declare or proscribe Fulani herdsmen as a terrorist group? Why are we deceiving ourselves? Why do you see? I don't abuse. I abuse people who are so stubborn and stupid to understand what is playing out in Nigeria. I don't abuse anybody. Let me shock you. Ohaneze knows that Buhari is behind Fulani. Why is Ohaneze not protecting IPOB with full force, with open hearts? Someone that is down in the prison now, DSS detention facilities, Mazin Nandikanu, what did he do? Why shouldn't Ohaneze voice out? Look, there are people there over there, you should proscribe terrorist organization. Why are you proscribing us? Terrorist organization, why must you do this? Why shouldn't Sam Afenifere come out and say, Buhari, leave Igboho. Igboho must come here. Igboho did not commit any offense. And I'm telling you, Igboho did not commit any offense. Nnamdi Kanu did not. Absolutely, I maintain my point. Commit any offense, let alone treasonable felony. Let me tell you, the not by political bigots, religion bigots, they are the cause of the problem we are facing now. And I thank God that during the time of Jonathan, these are the so-called saints, people that were playing God Almighty, the saints. Solution profilers, they can profile solution towards arresting the then insecurity during Jonathan regime. But now today, their all has dilapidated to what? More than zero level. Uncontrollable extent that even bandits, ordinary bandits, could manipulate Nigerian Defense Academy, the best military university on this continent, Africa. Disciplined institution. When you talk about discipline, Nigerian Defense Academy has been maintaining that reputation over the years. If any military officer passed through that school, I'm telling you, sky, you fly to sky. Sky could not even be our limit. Nigerian Defense Academy is the best. When you talk about discipline, when you talk about the military, what it stands for on this continent called Africa, the most disciplined institution in Nigeria, institution of learning. Oh my God!
Okay.
My God, NDA is a place to be.
From that.
We give it to NDA.
Attack on NDA would boost the morale.
It is a lie. That statement is coming from the voice of a coward. That statement is coming from the voice of a trickster. No. That's good. Who will sign it? Who will sign out sophisticated weapon? Who will sign out who will go and fight? Who told those bandits to go and kill only Southerners? Jos was there, Anambra was there. If care is not taken, the other officer is from Yoruba land. Who told the driver that killed Tolulope? The only Nigerian female pilot, jet fighter pilot we have. Who told him to revise? Was that how to greet your friend? When you greet your friend, you revise and climb him and kill him. Okay? Taliban is infiltrating this government. Taliban is freakishly infiltrating Nigerian government gradually, the way they did in Afghanistan. See, by the time these people finish with us, this part of the world will be called Islamic Emirates of Nigeria. Quote me right. He said something, the attack on NDA will hasten up the military superiority or preparation to arrest insecurity in Nigeria so soon in no distant possible time. That's the grammar. I will be liking such grammar to come out from somebody like El Rufai. Okay, this is a group of people called the cabals. People that are running Nigeria is not even that man you see there as Buhari. That man you see there as Buhari is a figurehead, a stooge, a personified image, a clone person. It's not the real identity of Buhari. Everybody think he is. There is something going on behind the scene, and by the time you guys know, it is too late. But my own final take this money is Southern Nigeria has up. Because by the time they finish north, they will come to Southern Nigeria. They are on a course, this ideological course, since 18th century, and it's like they are closing on us. Yo, evil, political racketeers, profiteers in the south, benefiting because of the kind of money you get from politics in Nigeria. You relax, let me tell you, relax and relax until it gets closer to your domain and neighborhood.
Thank you very much, Mr. I have Mr. Chigozie this morning. Good morning, Mr. Chigozie.
Well, for me, there is nothing good about the morning as far as this contraction is concerned. Across the north, south, east, and west, there's nothing good, and it's unfortunate. I am not happy with the development.
I don't know what to say. I don't even ask you because me also, I'm getting worried with what's happening in Nigeria. Over 400 people have been indicted as sponsors, but the federal government and the DSS have not taken any decisive action. What's your take?
Please, I will appeal to you to watch Chigozie Crystal TV. You will see the video I unfold. I uploaded in that my page. You will understand the true position of what is really happening in this country. What a country, what a country, what's a nation called Nigeria, where there is no respect to the rule of law and to the right of the citizens to live has been withdrawn by the said instrument of the state or the state itself, where no one has the right to live. Everybody is at the mercy of the bandits, of the Fulani militias. At will, they can overrun every region or any community of interest without being arrested. These people that they have a robust system, intelligence system that enables them to unleash mayhem and retreat to their hideout or stronghold without being arrested, without even any provocation. Only on the basis that they want to take over the regions that makes up this contraction, either by fears, by crook, or by any means possible. Of course, you heard it is on the public domain that the so-called Buhari said, because he said he will not disappoint his own people, not the Nigerians. And this is, of course, the reflection of what we are seeing. That the killing in Jos has remained unabated. Yesterday, the last time you recorded about over 200, even in Zamfara State, people are dying on daily basis for what they do not desire, for a cause they are not responsible, just because we have the supposed sitting president of Fulani extraction. What a word to be desired. So people who are calling for one Nigeria should see the Nigeria they so much cherish, to see the Nigeria they so much desire. A Nigeria that is bent at exterminating her own citizens. A Nigeria that has no respect for her own citizens. And the so-called president, I use the word so-called president because for me he has lost, if there is any respect at all I have for him, which I doubt. You see? He said the attack on Nigerian Defense Academy will boost the morale of the Boko Haram recruited armies of Nigeria. Because people we see there are just people that repented Boko Haram. So how do you expect a kingdom to rise against itself? You see, they are the one that will give intelligence information, that will leak the reports to their own counterparts, give them the exact time to strike. These are not rocket science. We understood what is playing out. There is a strong conspiracy, and this present government could not be absolved of such complicity. It's very unfortunate. And this is not a surprise to us, because it's not a surprise to me, because we have been clamoring, we have been talking about this. And the few disgruntled individuals may want to make some ranting, which of course is staring at everyone now. So they should see what is happening. And I believe they are happy with the one Nigeria. They're happy with the loss of life. I've been trying to watch this, my page. You will understand what is happening. I was hurt. I was hurt by the crying, the yellings of these women who probably have lost their husband, or their sons, and even the children are part of this victim, are part of this casualty. A nation that does not respect the rights of children is not worth living. It's not a nation, as of course Mr. Matthew rightly said. He said he doubts the sovereignty of this country. He doubts the sovereignty of this contraction. If you can attack even in a full-blown war, it is a war crime to attack women and children. It's a war crime. It's an international criminal. It's a war crime which should not be taken lightly. But Nigeria here, it is celebrated. The killing of women and children. Even there's a picture I watched. In fact, I got lost at a point. Children, not just children. Children in their 2-3 years. We are killed, martyred, butchered to death. Oh, what a horrible state. What a country. What a country.
Okay, let's move over. Somebody is saying that they should declare a state of emergency in the north. Governor Maswali.
Oh, what's very unfortunate.
I think
I'm so disappointed. Not that I'm surprised of what is happening, but even the so-called governors are not doing the needful. How could you watch your own people being killed while every month billions of naira is voted for security votes? It's remitted into the government coffers for security votes. What are you doing with such money? While you watch your people, I believe, I salute, honestly, I salute the courage of those youths, of those northern youths from Jos. They move those carcasses, I mean the casualties, the bodies of those victims to the government house, so that it will be enough for the government. What is that his name again?
Lalong.
Plateau State Lalong, to make pepper soup, to make his sausage and enjoy with his state cabinet and kitchen cabinet. I think that will be enough to serve them probably just for the weekend. And by the next week, there will be another hunting expedition. You see, where people, of course, the indigenous people of Jos will be hunted in such a exciting expedition, so that the meat or whatever will be brought for the governor to prepare a palatable dish for him, so that they'll continue to fix on the blood of innocent citizens, on the blood of defenseless. See, look, you can kill an adult, and I may have some sympathy, feeling, because they are human beings. But when you get to the point you touch a child,
Sometimes
pregnant women, you touch a child. Oh, if God forgive you, I will not forgive the person. Honestly, what level of brutality, what level of cruelty, what level of cruelty is being tolerated within the confession called Nigeria? And what arguments, superior arguments, can one present to keep us together as one? Those people who died. See, I may want to advise the governor of Benue State, a person of Governor Samuel Otom, enough of crying foul. Telling the Fulani that unless you kill every one of us before you can possess our own heritage. There is a systematic annihilation organized and sponsored by the Fulani Caliphate. They may not come and slaughter you or exterminate you at once, but there is a gradual but consistent plan to keep on exterminating in their badges. That's why when they attack, they retire to their base to reinforce and waiting for another better time to do same. So it's high time you press up. It's high time everybody rise to the occasion. In fact, that video I watched, of course, is going viral now. It's very unfortunate. Thank God that the youth have risen to the consciousness. This is not about the deceptive and the religious bigot we have within this country that will tell you that don't retaliate, don't do this. Forgetting that even God himself said Jehovah is a man of war. Forgetting that if Israel have not stood to their feet to defend their own integrity, to defend their life, they would have been exterminated now. So what is keeping Israel today, and we are still hearing Israel surrounded by so many enemies, is because they stood for war. And the best way to defend is to attack, to be ready for attack. Unfortunately, we are being deceived by these gullible Christians or Christians leaders who will tell you, there's nothing like a tooth for tooth. When they slap you here, you turn this way. But when it gets to them, they begin to experience the unfortunate. So I commend those Christian youth who said enough is enough. Their cries and their anger is something to reckon with. And I salute their courage wherever they may be. Such should be replicated across the entire southern region, even the northern region. Northern ethnic nationalities that are not from Fulani extraction should rise to the occasion to defend themselves. They have the right to live. I was born in Kano State, and if eventually I was killed, unfortunately, I wouldn't be here. If I was killed in the course of crisis as a child, I wouldn't be here today to serve humanity. I wouldn't be here today to play my own part in exposing wickedness and building a viable system, or encouraging a viable system where the life of humanity or the citizens will be respected, and of course a better life and prospect will be given to the citizens. Unfortunately, somebody told me in Computer Village when I went for prospecting, he told me that, could you imagine, his own brother, immediate elder brother, happened to marry, is married now, and they are residing in Italy. During the COVID the pandemic, they called up for people who were citizens, whose papers are complete, but they don't have job. They gave them, they provide their names and issued, is it a credit card to them, that they can go shopping with such as much as they want, depending on when they secure a very good job. You see, and the family now are living large. You see, you can see how the government of Italy has cushioned or have alleviated the suffering of those citizens, of those Italian citizens who are from Nigeria, but because of immigration they migrated to Italy, and of course they were well treated, better treated than being in their own country. That's why, of course, our consultants, medical consultants, are leaving the shores of this country because they have no future in this contortion. What a world for those who are conversing for one Nigeria. May your life become like Nigeria. May your life and the life of your posterity enjoy what is happening in Jos. May the brutality that have been meted out on the people who are innocent become your portion. But for us, you can see that nothing can stop Biafra. Oduduwa is already here because we cannot tolerate it. We are people that have respect. The sacredness of human life is respected in Igbo land, in the Biafran land. We don't take it, even a stranger.
Of the program today, bystanders are the ones. People have spoken extensively and they have poured out their hearts on what the newspaper have given us, the topics, the headlines on the newspaper today. Okay. Don't end it though. You run, Andy.